First of all, really appreciate the chance that you gave me. This means a lot to me. So I'll just jump into the question. Um, let's say I want to start a business,
Okay.
and there are I can have a very grand vision of the business. Like Apple or Microsoft, they had this vision of like changing the whole world.
Okay.
Um, but I also can have a vision of just making enough money for me to survive and just work on my thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, let's for now assume that I've chosen the grand vision one.
Okay.
Um, how so the real question here is how do we keep working on this business for years when we're worried that it might get outdated because of a new AI or a technology? Or in other words, what do we do when we think our project might not be useful in the long run?
I mean, what you're talking about is strategy. Like these are strategic decisions that we have to make. Like you make a big bet on where you think the market is going to be, not where it is today, if you're going to go after something that's that big. But do you have investors right now?
No, I'm a entrepreneur,
Yeah.
if you say
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Then let's bring this back down to earth. All right, just for your own sake. Um, if you look at the companies that you just referenced, right? Like you look at Bezos with Amazon, you look at, Zuckerberg, you look at Microsoft. Every one of those guys started well off and well capitalized.
Okay.
So Bezos was a investment banker from Wall Street. Bill Gates' parents were really well off, and he was well off, and whatnot. Zuckerberg went to Harvard, same deal. And so, like, if you want to really go after that, you would have to try and recreate the conditions. And I think that right now, the likelihood that that happens, given your current situation, is low. And I'm not saying that to dissuade you. I'm saying because I want to be realistic with you, which is that you need to get your own head above water. Because like right now, if you don't have the ability to make money on your own, right, from a entrepreneurial perspective, like you need to get your head above water, because the only way that you could stick with something for the required amount of time in order for it to become world changing, like we're not talking even a decade. I mean, those companies, they're Facebook's 20 something years old, right? Just like
Yeah.
context. And so the only way to get there is be able to breathe while you're going. And so I think that from a one-on-one perspective, starting a simple business that you can generate income on, that you can learn the basics of business before trying to take on the biggest competitors in the most well-capitalized arena absolutely on your own.
I see.
Not to say that that's impossible. It's just incredibly improbable given the circumstances that you just laid out. And so
Okay.
it would be really romantic for me to be like, dude, go chase your dreams, go do that. But like, I also would rather have you in a year making money on your own so that you can breathe. Because you might find out that if you actually start making money on your own, you might just like that. Because right now it's just the idea of the status of the dream of that, like it's an amorphous idea, but the amount of pain and suffering that you have to be able to put up with and not make money through that whole period of time, really tough.
Okay. But wouldn't that cause another issue where because you decide to choose to solve a problem that is small, like
Mhm.
smaller than the grand vision, then you won't be able to scale much.
That's not necessarily true. And also, every one of those companies starts small. Like Facebook wasn't like, we want to be the social media platform for the whole
Okay.
world. He wanted to map colleges.
Yeah.
They start with a niche and then they expand outwards. And so you would want
Okay.
to much more narrowly define your problem before you go attack it. Because what you're going to try and do is build something that's going to be everything for everyone and it's going to be nothing for nobody.
I
Like
see.
your strategy is prioritization. It's allocating limited resources against unlimited options. And so you have unlimited options, but you have very limited resources. And so in order to be successful, you have to narrow the problem that you're trying to solve so that you can allocate the small amount of resources you have to adequately solve that problem completely. And then from adequately solving that problem completely, like Amazon started with books and Facebook started with colleges, right? You solve, and then you can go adjacent. Right. So right now it
Okay.
just sounds exciting to say this, but like it's not reality. Like you have to pick one problem that you're going to get really good at solving, and that's it. And then you can have an idea that in the future, but real, so many things are going to change between now and then, and there's so much luck that has to concur. Because if you think about this, zooming all the way out, the biggest companies in the world have super well capitalized people who are the best in the world, made a good call, and had luck. Because if you're number one, you have all the things plus luck. Like if you're number one at like in the whole world, it's all of it plus luck. The market moves in a direction that you never know, right? And so I would rather you just stick to a problem that you know you can absolutely solve given the resources you have. Learn the skills, make income, and then from there you can go solve an adjacent problem, or you might decide, you know what, I like this and I'm gonna keep going with it.
I see. Thank you very much. That was really awesome. Thank you.
Good luck, man.
You too. Thank you.
All right, so this is our first tweet break interruption, or not interruption, just tweet central. You're gonna lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. You won't finish your to-do list. You wonder if you